Hey, this is Walt Heyer. I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of all of this stuff they call transgenderism. I'm sick and tired of the term they transition. I'm sick and tired of all of this nonsense. They are destroying lives, and in the process, they're trying to destroy young kids, male and female, and their names, and all of that stuff is going out the window. Why? What in the heck is happening? And we're not doing enough to stop them. The LGBT is trying to destroy an entire generation of children, and we need to stop them in their tracks. I'm an 81-year-old man. I went through this process. I know that it's a lie. You need to know that it's a lie. What are the facts? The facts are no one has ever in the history of mankind ever changed their gender. It doesn't happen. It can't do it medically, it can't do it hormonally, it can't do it in any way, shape, or form. No one can change their gender from male to female or a female to male. That's the facts. And so because of that, you need to know if they can't change their gender, then they can't transition. And they haven't transitioned. And they're not transgender. And what I've also found out in studying this for the last 25 years is that all of the people that I've worked with at my website, sexchangeregret.com, is that I haven't found one of them that has gender dysphoria. I've found that they have dysphoria, but it's not about gender. Every single person that I've worked with has dysphoria that is linked directly to adverse childhood experiences. They were physically abused. They were emotionally abused. They were psychologically abused. They were indoctrinated. They went on the internet and looked at some chat room. They looked at pornography. Their parents told them, oh, you can change genders. Their parents are lying. We have to stop this nonsense. It's insane. I've got more than 10,000 emails in my inbox, people asking questions. And here I am at 81 trying to get people to understand not one person has ever changed their gender. What do they change? They change their outward appearance. What is that called? That's called your persona. That's all you can change. This is a cosmetic replica of something they can never actually become. And why are they doing it? Because something happened to them. And my heart goes out to them. But you're not going to solve the problems that cause them to identify as someone they cannot become by feeding them hormones and telling them to change their pronouns or doing surgery. The only thing you're going to do is create more harm, more destruction, and more abuse. This process that they're doing to children is child abuse. It's emotional child abuse. It's psychological child abuse, and it's abuse of surgical and medical procedures, and it's got to stop. I don't know how much time I have left, but I want you to join me in speaking the truth to this absolute insanity. I don't care whether it's George Soros. I don't care who's doing it. They're liars. They must be stopped. Many of our people in our churches even have accepted this idea that people change genders. They don't. It's never happened. I don't care who they are. I lived it. They didn't change my gender. What they did was mutilate my body. What they did was fill me with anabolic steroids, which, by the way, are addictive. So if they get kids hooked on these anabolic steroids, it changes the way they think and they feel and they behave. They're drug pushers. The gender clinics are drug pushers. They're not helping anybody. They're destroying an entire generation of children. Many of the adults who've contacted me are dealing with something we call autogynephilia. They're not transgender. They're getting sexually aroused by wearing women's clothing. Well, think about that. They put on a woman's clothing and they become sexually aroused, so they continue to do it. It's a sexual arousal disorder. It's not transgenderism. It's not gender dysphoria. It's not transitioning. But the people like myself, who identified for 8 years as a female, was sexually abused as a child. I was emotionally abused. things happened in my childhood. Those things are called adverse childhood experiences. You can look it up. They're called ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. The dysphoria is not gender dysphoria. We need to take the word gender off of dysphoria if we're really going to provide the proper guidance, assistance, and therapeutic choice to help these people get out of these issues that they're struggling with. Believe me, this is horrible. Families are being torn apart, marriages are being destroyed, and kids are being indoctrinated by public schools. Take your kids out of public schools. They're trash. Everything they're teaching them in public schools is a lie. It's all generated by the LGBT. Stand up and fight. Speak out. Don't wither behind the fear that they might call you transphobic. I don't care if they do. Come and get me if you want. I'm telling the truth. You can too. Let's stop the nonsense. Thank you, Walt Heyer.